Blackhawks lose 4-1 to the Edmonton Oilers in what was probably one of the worst games of the season, at least off the top of my head that I can remember. Welcome back to the Blackhawks Conversation Postgame Show. My name's Ryan McGregor. That was just terrible. I don't even want to talk about this game, so I'll keep this short. Oilers win 4-1. Hawks missing Bedard, Nazar, obviously, and for the final 40 minutes, Teravainen. I don't know what happened to him in the first period, but they just announced that he wasn't going to come back after the first period. So I don't know if he had a lingering flu or if something small happened and he got hurt, but he didn't return. So they were without three of their best forwards for 40 minutes of that game. Two of them for the whole thing, obviously. Um, yeah, so we found out about 30 minutes or so, 45 minutes or so before the game that Bernard wasn't going to play, which made a game that was already going to be quite the challenge even harder. So, um, yeah, Edmonton got 4 goals tonight. One of them was an empty netter. One of them was just kind of a fluke at the end. So, I mean, in a way, really, you could call this a 2-1 game. But of course, the scoreboard's going to read 4-1. Um, So to start the game, they had the Dickinson line, Dickinson, McCabe, Slaggert, which was the second line tonight, matched up against the McDavid line, and the Vlasic Crevier pairing, obviously, matched up against him as well. And that was probably, I'll confidently say, probably the worst first period I've seen the Hawks play all season. I couldn't believe it. I kept writing down all these bad things I was seeing, and to the point where it just started to fill the page. I mean, it was just terrible. I don't even. It would take too long for me to sit here and go through um all of the misplays in that game or in that first period. But as usual, I feel like a broken record. Their net front coverage was awful. And tonight it wasn't just the immediate in front of the net area, the slot. It was also the high slot. I mean, Edmonton had so much room, so much space in the high slot. I feel like every time they had the puck in the zone, they had someone high that was wide open. Every time they put pucks on net, there was no contention for the rebound. An Oiler was there, a Hawk wasn't. Um, Guys just blowing assignments, missing assignments the whole first period. And they also couldn't break the puck out. It was just terrible. I mean, if I wasn't making these post game shows, that's one of the few games that I would consider turning off. Because it was just awful. And then they somehow get out of the first period, only down 1-0, and it was a Zach Hyman goal, and you just knew it was coming all period. I mean, it should have been 5-0 after that first period. Um, if it wasn't for Spencer Knight, it would have been. He had some outstanding saves tonight. He played really, really well. He was actually the third star of this game. He had a 912 save percentage, 31 saves on 34 shots. He actually had a good night. Like I said, the score, it shouldn't have been, the Hawks shouldn't have had an empty net trying to tie this thing up in the final couple minutes of the game because it was not that close. They should have lost this game in the first period. They played better in the second. They came out a little bit better. Um, the offense wasn't quite there, but there was less defensive mistakes. I can't imagine what Blashill said to them in the locker room after. But they did clean it up defensively in the second. Still not great, but a lot better than what it was in the first. Um, I thought Colton Dock had a really good game. I noticed him in the second period, and he even got rewarded with some power play time. They had a power play in the second period, and it was really good. I mean, they were in the zone cycling the puck for the entire 2 minutes on that power play. Um, it was really good. Um, Lev Schnapp hit a post on that power play. I thought he looked really good offensively tonight, but he looked equally as horrible on the defensive side of the puck. He actually saved a goal at the end of the game. We'll get to that one, but um, yeah, I didn't think he had the best game. I didn't think he had. Yeah, it was just an average. What he did offensively, he did equally as bad defensively, so it kind of balances out, in my opinion. Um, but yeah, like I said, they got better as the second went on, um, and they pushed, and Edmonton scored again. So they made it 2-0 in the second period, and it was a weird goal. I found it hard to blame anybody there. Bouchard kind of skated the puck in, put it on net. Rebound goes behind the net, and he just kind of whacked at it from behind the goal line. Um, and it banked off the back of Spencer Knight and went in. So, um, yeah, they push in the third. Bertuzzi gets one. Then they get an empty netter, and then they get a fluke uh, giveaway from Knight and Kaiser behind the net. So overall, like it's just an abysmal game. And of course, it's going to happen when you're missing three of your 4 or 5 best forwards. So, um, yeah, I'll keep that short. We have a couple questions from Twitter. After every show, I take to Twitter, ask if there's any post game questions. We have 2 today. One from Calvin. Do you think we win this with Bedard? I think they maybe tie it late. I don't think Bedard solves the how they played in the first period. I don't think he solves how they played defensively. He maybe helps. Maybe even, I mean, maybe he does. Maybe with him in the lineup, everyone's mindset's just different and everyone's confidence level is different. I can't imagine they were feeling too confident coming into tonight's game. Um, I don't think they do. I think if anything, like if they win it with Bedard, it's because he ties it late and helps them win it in overtime or a shootout. But I don't think he changes how this team played defensively, which was the big issue tonight. Um, We have another question from B. Sakura. Even with the adverse situation with Bedard, how can you not like the effort? How does this help a young group who's been through so much the last 3+ weeks and they have fought hard? Does this encourage KD to maybe add something that can help this team moving forward? I disagree with the effort. I don't think there was a lot of good effort tonight. I think over the stretch without Bedard, there's been, like, the 4 game winning streak, for example, there's been flashes of really good effort. I don't think tonight was it. Um, As far as adding goes, I wouldn't I wouldn't bet on it. I mean, everything we know about Kyle Davidson, he's so patient. He is so good at sticking to his plan. He doesn't make any rash, quick decisions. I think if he was going to add, this team would have to be much more convincingly in the playoff battle. I don't think he's going to add when we're this fringe and below 500. Um, but yeah, I think there's been like that, like I said, that 4 game winning streak, especially the way Morris played, the way Lardis has played, Levchinov coming into his own. I think it's been a really good boost for the young guys, but um, I don't think he adds going forward. Yeah, there's just not much to go over this game. I don't even really want to talk about it. It was just awful. I did say Artem Levchinov, a really nice play. He saved a goal at the end. It would have been a tap in, and he got his stick in there, and then he actually ended up creating some offense in that same shift. So that was good. I'm kind of all over the place with this one. Um, yeah, overall, not a great game. I'm gonna end it here because it wasn't great. Um, I go live before every game and in the intermissions over on TikTok, so go follow me over there. That's a lot of fun. And yeah, like I said, I'm here after every single Blackhawks game, even awful, boring ones like this with not much to talk about. So if you want to hear in-depth analysis after every single Hawks game, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next post game.